Hi, I'm Miss Dara from the Rogers Public Library, and today we're doing Design with Miss Dara. So we've been talking about the principles of design, and today we're going to talk about movement. And so movement happens when objects appear to be moving in a 2D work of art. So movement creates a sense of excitement and draws your eye around the picture so that it can almost seem like it's moving when you look at it. So the way that it creates that movement is through lines, shapes and forms, and value can be used to draw your eye to a certain spot and to make it look like it's moving. So diagonal lines can create a sense of movement, or like kind of wave looking lines can make your eye draw to a different point. Directions, so you can actually put arrows in your picture or points to make it draw your eye that direction. You can also change the values. So like you can make it darker to a lighter shade so that it makes your eye go to like the center where it's lighter, or you can do the opposite, like it can be a light shade and draw darker, 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 and more intense. Similar shapes or two forms that overlapped or connect in some way also can create movement. So an example here I have is on this paper. We have these designs have these waves in them that create that movement, drawing your eyes in this circle towards the center. Also, this one here has that same design to draw your eyes. These zigzag patterns kind of make your eye move back and forth, and the diamonds in here draw your eyes to the lighter spots in the center. So the reason why we're using this one, this is actually a flex tangle. And so in your packet that you pick up at the library, there are several different flex tangles that I found online. And so you just cut these out. There's also there's some with designs on it, and then there's some that are just plain colored. And then you can draw in your own designs and see if you can create movement in your own design. There's also a big one that's blank too. So we're going to use this one right here. I already have a few made. You can find lots of different ones online. There's all kinds of different designs, different characters that are flex tangles. And so as you see, when you move these, the pictures come together on this one. Here's another one that does that same thing. It's a picture. And I've had this one for a long time, but it's really cute. And then here is a little bitty one, and this one I included, and it's just white and then dots and then kind of shaded and then lines, and it draws your eyes kind of to the center here with the lines. So you can flex it that way, or you can go the other way. It works either way. So let's see how to make these. So you can color this, or you can leave it black and white. So what you're going to want to do is fold it on the diagonal lines, and you want to get it as close to the line as you can get it. Fold it and make a really good crease on it. And then just keep doing that for all those lines. Okay, so we have it folded that way. Then we want to turn it and fold the other way on the other diagonal lines here. And once you already have the one lines folded, it kind of makes it a little bit harder to fold because it wants to bend at those lines. And I printed these on cardstock. If you print them off at home, you can also print them on just regular copy paper, and it works as well. The cardstock are a little bit harder to fold, but they last a lot longer when you have them folded. Okay, so now we have it folded like that. What we're going to do is we're going to fold from the point to the middle of this here where that dotted line is. And then on the next one, we're going to fold from this point to this point. And then keep doing that on down. So follow the point to the dotted line. And you can make sure you're getting your line straight here by going through the center of that crisscross on each one. Okay. And then what we're going to do finally is we're going to fold on these dotted lines for that where it says end tab on this one. And sometimes it's hard to get it exactly on that line, but just do the best you can. Okay, so what we're going to do here, since we've got all of our lines folded, if you just take one of your points, and I'm going to go with this middle one here, and fold it together here. And sometimes it's a little bit hard to get it together at first. You're going to fold this right like this. Get that middle fold in there, and then do it with your other points too, so that it lines up nicely. And for the first time, I'm just trying to fold it. I'll worry about gluing it in a minute. Okay, so as you see, it folds in there nicely. And that's just to make sure, and then I'm just going to bend it. It's to make sure that it's gonna fold nicely before I glue it. Because if I need to like refold or something, this is the time. Then you can just kind of bend it to make sure that your folds are going to fold good. And then you want to glue it. And so I glue mine. You can glue or tape. I glue and tape when I do mine. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. Don't put too much glue. Just put a little bit of glue on each side where it says to glue it. If you put too much, it'll start squeezing out and it gets everything looking gross. Okay, and you can just hold that until it gets stuck good. If you don't have time or you don't want to wait on it, you can take a piece of tape and just tape right on that edge. To make sure that doesn't come undone. And I put a piece of tape just on each side. Put one over here and then on this one after I glued. But if you have time to hold it, you can just hold that and let the glue be solid. If you just tape when you're moving it around, it's not going to stay as well. So let me glue the other two spots here. And because I don't want to wait on them, I'm going to go ahead and tape them. And then my last side here. Okay. Okay, so the last thing you have to do here is you have to put these tabs into this. And so what I do to it is I try to open them up just a little bit, put a little bit of glue on them. And then stick them in this hole. Okay, so then before I even try to get them to stick really well, I want to go ahead and tape that seam there in between the two spots, because otherwise it's not going to stay. And so then I'm going to kind of flip it around so that I can get to this other seam really good. And go ahead and tape that side too. And then you can kind of squeeze it a little bit so that it picks up the glue on those inside pieces. And so, as you see, I've got the flex tangle done now. You can fold it, make it go either way. And as you do it, it will start working easier and easier. So that's how you make a flex tangle. All right, guys. Well, thank you. Bye-bye.